JBN, we keep you informed. 3-year-olds drowning sparks call for Ryacobra fencing. The drowning of a 3-year-old boy has reignited calls in Kent Village Bogwalk for the erection of a perimeter fencing to prevent a recurrence of the tragedy. Residents said that the Ryacobra, that yawning graveyard of memories, presented serious dangers for children even if they are supervised. When all is said and done, there needs to be a fence around here, as there are many children living here, said Marcus Benjamin. When the river is in spate, it's just God's mercy why more sad story not happening. As residents argued among themselves about a solution, 27-year-old Natasha Sinclair clung to her 2-year-old son Peter Barrett as she stared into an abyss of regret as she replayed in her mind the memories that led to her other son, Cashon Walker, drowning in the nearby river. The 3-year-old's body was found in the Ryacobra sometime after 3 o'clock on Friday. From last night I don't sleep, and every time I remember him I'm in pure pain all over my body, Sinclair said. The mother of 3 was consumed with sadness and shock, her lips refusing to retrace the tragedy. Me really miss him, and it made me sad as he was very bright. Me feel it badly, Sinclair said. Although details of Kashan's demise were sketchy, it was revealed that an adult had been entrusted with the children, who eventually went to the river a short distance away. It's not that these children are bad, it's just that everyone around here can swim, and unfortunately the little boy drowned, said a resident who requested not to be named. It really hit the community hard. Kashan was a student of the 4th grade basic school in the St. Catherine community and was said to be very active. This was a bright child, and him could be a future businessman, lawyer, even prime minister who died. This is very hard to understand, a resident mused. This is the second such drowning tragedy in more than a month in the parish. On March 20, Joshua Gordon, a 7th grader of the St. Jacob High School, drowned in a section of the river near Eltham Park. Residents also called for fencing to be installed in the vicinity of homes along the river. Meanwhile, Councillor Peter Abrahams of the Bogwalk Division expressed sympathy for the family. The Bogwalk police have launched an investigation into the incident. Clarendon Man arrested following gun seizure. 1 man is in custody following the seizure of a gun and several rounds of ammunition in the Monymusk Housing Scheme, Clarendon. The police report that about 10:40 a.m. on Sunday, officers were on patrol in the area when a man was searched. They see a Browning 9mm pistol containing 13 9mm rounds of ammunition was taken from his waistband. He was subsequently arrested. Firearm found in microwave, 2 arrested. 2 persons were arrested in relation to the seizure of 1 9mm pistol in Barton's district, St. Catherine, on Sunday, May 3. Reports from the Old Harbour Police are that about 7 a.m., a team of officers on operations in the area carried out a search of a premises. During the search, the gun was found in a microwave. A man and a woman who occupied the premises were subsequently arrested. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. 2 men charged following robbery in St. Catherine. The St. Catherine Police charged 2 men with robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm after they were caught by the police following a robbery in Rosemount District in Linstead, St. Catherine on Wednesday, April 15. Charged are 29-year-old Brian Deans, bar operator, and a 36-year-old O'Neill Ogley, mason, both of D-side in Linstead in the parish. Reports from the Linstead Police are that about 2:15 p.m., 4 men traveling in a Mitsubishi rched motor car who were armed with guns held up and robbed a man of his motor car. A team of police officers who saw what happened went in pursuit of the men and intercepted the vehicle. Deans and Ogley were found inside the vehicle and were arrested and later charged. Their court dates will be announced at a later date. Employee at another Portmore-based BPO firm test positive for COVID. Employees at the Nagohead Portmore office of Conduent, the largest business process outsourcing BPO firm in Jamaica, were advised by management over the weekend that a member of staff has tested positive for the coronavirus COVID-19. Background details provided by an employee is that the individual is the sister of a female worker at Alorica, another BPO firm whose Portmore office has been at the epicenter of the local outbreak of the virus. The sibling at Lorica reportedly tested positive in mid-April. Up to the end of last week, Conduent staff members who had all been sent home under the St. Catherine lockdown had been waiting for the outcome of the test of their colleague. The letter from management in an email dated April 30, but which was distributed to staff over the weekend, asked them to stay home and await contact, if any, from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The letter reads, "Hello Team Jamaica, thank you for your continued dedication, resilience and teamwork throughout this difficult time. As day-to-day life with COVID-19 continues and we operate within the community spread phase of the virus, I want to advise that it has been confirmed that one of our colleagues has unfortunately contracted the virus. The Ministry of Health has been informed. The one confirmed case is from our Nuggerhead site, which, as you know, is currently closed as a result of the government-imposed lockdown. Employees who are in close contact with the individual diagnosed with the virus have already been informed and are currently working from home. This individual will not return to work at Nuggerhead until has been tested and completed a quarantine period. Your safety and well-being are our top priority, and I want to assure you that we continue our robust sanitization and disinfecting efforts at all sites and have increased this at Nuggerhead." The letter added, 3 things to remember. If you have been tested for COVID-19, you must let us know. Quarantine for 14 days after testing takes place. If you have been contacted by the Ministry of Health as a contact trace, you must let us know. If you have symptoms, tell your yard and let us know how you are doing. Your actions will allow us to do everything we can to help you through a difficult time, and it will protect everyone else in our facilities. Thank you for all you're doing to keep yourselves, your loved ones, and your co-workers safe during this time. I truly hope to see you all in the very near future. Conduent is considered to be Jamaica's largest outsourcing operation with over 7,000 workers. It was at one time host to the back office operations for retail giant Amazon. The company operates locally in St. Catherine, Kingston, and Montego Bay. The Nuggerhead Center has been closed for nearly 3 weeks under the St. Catherine lockdown. Now the workers are unable to return to work because of the confirmation that the employees tested for the virus. Give us a date for the reopening of the tourism sector, says JHTA's Cummings. Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, JHTA Executive Wayne Cummings, is calling for a date to be set for the reopening of the country's tourism sector, as he believes that by doing so, it will create the path leading to the desired reopening. According to Cummings, who is a former president of the JHTA, if such a proactive step is not taken, it could lead to the death of the industry, which employs more than 250,000 Jamaicans. At present, the vast majority of the persons employed in the sector are now unemployed as a direct result of the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. If for some reason that date is not the ideal date, then we set a new date. If we don't do this consistently, we're going to stay closed forever, said Cummings, while speaking at a virtual public forum hosted by the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the University of the West Indies UWMONA, Western Jamaica campus, under the theme COVID-19 Surviving the Storm. Setting a date for the reopening of the economy, even if other economies of the world are not yet ready, it gives us something to work towards, noted Cummings. He also revealed that local tourism stakeholders have developed a set of protocols towards the reopening of the country's tourism sector. We feel that we are very close to a set of protocols that seem to be finding favor around the world, but certainly here in Jamaica. And as soon as those protocols have been agreed on, we would be advising on the global travel trade, airlines, cruise, travel agents, tour operators that this is what we believe we have to work with, said Cummings. The tourism official noted that when the procedural protocols are signed off on, they should be implemented by every sector of society. It is good for these protocols to be implemented across the length and breadth of the tourism sector, but beyond the tourism sector, into the local population, whether it is a local supermarket or it is a corner shop. We're all going to have to buy into this new way of surviving by reducing, if not eliminating, the possibilities where we can infect each other, he continued. Since being separated from their jobs, a number of tourism workers have been complaining bitterly, saying they are having a challenge coping because they were sent off without any form of financial assistance. I am a permanent employee of 15 years experience, and I was sent home empty-handed to my family, a woman employed to a prominent hotel in Montego Bay said recently. I feel insulted by the whole thing because they treated us like trash. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.